When we went to meet him, uh, both Amaal and I, we just wanted to play our album for him. He samne se said, I'm going to come and launch this.
Wow.
I mean,
that's
we
so
just
sweet.
wanted him to listen to it, probably share it. I guess at that time, Twitter was very new, or
Yeah.
Insta was very new. So we just wanted him to share it and just like support it in whatever way. He went ahead and said, I'll come for the album launch.
So sweet.
I mean,
yeah. I mean,
it just changed
unreal,
it.
yeah.
And then he went on to remove one of the songs from the album and put it in Jai Ho, his movie.
Wow.
That gave me my Bollywood
Debut.
debut as an adult playback singer.
5 years, Armaan.
I can't believe it. 5 years.
5 years ago, I interviewed you in Juhu at our first office. And that time you had spoken to us about all your dreams, where you want to be, what your vision is.
Yes.
And in 5 years, you've exploded. It's so, touchwood. It's so obvious, like the kind of success you had, the exposure, just the sheer presence is so obvious. Did you ever see it?
So, I mean, I obviously had a very larger perspective for my career, and it was not like, you know how people make 5-year plans and want to achieve everything in that. It was never part of that. I just knew what I want to achieve. It just happened sooner. I'm not complaining. I think it's a great thing to have happened for me. And I always have been someone who manifests things for myself in my life. Be it on professional front, be it on a personal front. 2022 was a very, very big year for me.
Yeah.
I bought my very first house.
Wow.
I started my own label, Always Music. I also went on my very first India tour after having been in the industry for almost 15 years, I guess. It was a long time coming, and I think India and the Indian music industry has rapidly changed in the last few years, which is why all these things I think have sped up in a way. A lot of multinationals have set up shop here. India is now like the focus for a lot of markets. The hub.
Yeah.
It is the market right now for everyone. And being an Indian singer-songwriter, for me, I think it's one of the most exciting times, especially because I sing in more than 11 or 12 languages.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, yes, I feel like, I thought that all this would be achieved in a 10-year span. It's happened in 5 years.
Wow.
And I love touchwood again. But yeah, I hope that, this streak continues. I think it will continue only if I'm very, very focused, very determined to my goals. And I think I am.
Yeah, and you have been for such a long time. Like you mentioned,
Yes.
you've been in the industry already for 15 years and you're very young.
I'm a veteran.
You're a veteran at this age. And you started off also so early, right? Like you first started singing when you were 4. I mean, of
Yes.
course, you come from a musically inclined background.
Yeah.
But after that, through your school, through your education phase, you were singing.
Yeah.
So, talk to us a little bit about that, like what was that process for you as an artist to have been exposed to this very real side of the world at such a young age?
So professionally, I started singing at the age of 8. I started doing voiceovers, jingles for ads, and that's how I got into the industry. While doing that, my mom has been very, very instrumental in me being here. Or me being Armaan Malik, I would say. During that whole phase of me recording for ads and jingles, I recorded a demo CD that I would go with to different composers and say, hey, this is my CD and, this is how I sound. If you have anything that works for me, please call me. And, it just started like that. And I actually, I was 9 or 10 at that point of time. And then obviously I made the switch to becoming a reality show singer on Saregama Little Champs. So there's so much that's happened in my life. I feel like the life that I'm leading now, like in the last, I would say from pandemic, from 2020, is like a 3.0 version of me.
Yeah.
Or a 4.0. I don't know. I've lost count because my first half was me being a child singer. Then there was a phase where I was a teenage singer. I put out a teenage album in that voice. I also went to study abroad, Berklee College of Music, pop music and everything. Then there was this phase where I got this break as an adult playback singer for Salman Khan's Jai Ho. And then obviously, things happened one after the other after that. So I would say not 3.0, I would say 4.0 now, because I took a plunge into English music and international music. Like I would say in the last 3-4 years is when I started doing it. And I've seen different phases of me. I've seen my voice grow. I've seen myself grow. And I don't know how many more phases I have. I hope I have many, many more phases. I also have this dream of, being in a tuxedo with gray hair at the age of 60, 65, singing big band jazz songs on stage. So,
wow.
I mean, I have manifested and envisioned my career up until then. So, yeah, I don't know.
And you're a master manifestor, clearly.
That's just
so
the kind of person
there.
I am. Yeah. I feel like I have so much in me that's yet to be explored. And I'm glad that not all of it has opened up for the world to see.
Yeah.
It's happening in like steps.
As it should.
Yeah.
As it should, like, unravel.
Gradually. Yeah.
But you also dealt with a lot of I wouldn't say failure, because I believe that it was experiences that shaped you, but setbacks, right? Like,
For sure.
you didn't win Saregama, the champs.
Yes.
You've also spoken about being bullied in school.
Yeah.
Things that a young boy would typically find difficult to process and deal with.
To navigate, for sure.
Yeah. So, but do you think that those are the things that kind of shaped you, and like, what was the thought process at that point in time?
So when I was a kid, when I was around 8 or 9, I did not feel I was ready to go on that reality show. I think it was my mom's confidence in me that led me to be on that show. I obviously went there. I came in top 10. I got out on the 8th position. But I did know that, I was not there yet as a singer.
You knew it even at that age?
From a skill set point of view, that I felt like, हाँ मैं अच्छा गाता हूँ, लेकिन I don't sing as good as these other contestants. I'm yet to be at that stage. Which is why I kind of like, I felt like, okay, even though at that stage I cried, and I was like, why am I being removed or whatever it is. There was also the factor that I belong to a musical family, and I got told on that stage that आप तो हो musical खानदान से, आपको तो chance मिल ही जाएगा. So that kind of stayed with me somewhere. And it's weird because I had actually submitted my name as Armaan, not Armaan Malik, on that show.
Yeah.
I didn't want anyone to feel like, okay, I come from the Malik family, I want to use that name to get forward. I don't want anyone to think like that. So when I got out of that show, I was on this mission as a 10-year-old that I have to do things on my own in terms of my identity. I have to make Armaan Malik as a separate identity. Obviously, I'm very, very proud to belong to this family and legacy. Anyone would be. I mean, honestly, it's 3 generations of musicians have been in this family, and for me, I feel blessed that I got early knowledge into the music field even before I got into it.
Exactly.
What happens is that there are people who come from outside the musical sphere, come into the musical sphere, and as they go along the journey, they learn stuff, be it music, be it the business side of things or whatever. Right at the onset, my mom and my dad were so aware of how the industry works, operates. I think in that way it was an advantage. But there are disadvantages also, because you come with that name, there's a weight. There's also people who look at you like, "Arey, aapko to bahut easily mil gaya hoga." So I was like, at 10, I was like, Mom and Dad, ye mera vision hai. I was very clear. Very, very clear at that age that this is what I want to do. This is how I want to grow myself. I want an individual identity of who I am as a singer. And बाद में सबको पता चले कि मैं इस family, so no problem. But I have to create that identity for Armaan Malik.
But exactly, so it was this experience, this setback, that kind of led you to be so crystal clear at such a young age.
For sure. I think I grew up faster.
Yeah.
I grew up faster. It made me grow up faster. I got a paycheck at the age of 9.
What was the amount? Do you remember?
I think it was 20,000. I think it was 20,000.
That's amazing.
And
what did you do with the money?
I didn't see it.
Oh yeah, of course you didn't see it.
My mom put it in some cub account that she had opened for me. I don't know where that. I'll still ask. I'm going to ask after this interview. Where's that 20,000?
Tell us.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't. I did question my mom at one age. Like, where's all this money I've recorded? मैं इतने गाने गाता हूँ, कहाँ गया ये सब पैसा?
And she was like, you wait.
बचाया है मैंने सही दिन के लिए. But yeah, I mean, I started earning very early. Obviously, did not know how to handle money at that age, for sure, because my parents were handling it for me, which was a blessing again, obviously. But I learned a lot about life, learned a lot about the music business very early on. And I wasn't a child anymore when I started singing, when I started doing recordings.
Yeah.
I saw real life way before my friends did
Yeah.
or my peers did, which is why I think I was also bullied.
Yeah.
Could be one of the reasons. I don't know how to really say pinpoint which reason, kis wajah se people bullied me. But I think the fact that I was already doing something, already achieving something at an age where people are just studying or just fooling around or just having fun, which is should actually be the age to
It's
fool
appropriate
around.
to do that, yeah.
Yeah, it's appropriate. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just had a very different journey. I
Yeah.
grew up differently. So I'm doing all the fun stuff now. Believe it or not. I mean, honestly, I used to really be like, "Arey, this friend's birthday is there, mom. मैं जाना चाहता हूँ." So mom's like, "नहीं, recording पे जाना है." Maybe I think that led me to be who I am today. I have a way bigger head start than so many people my age.
Of course.
So I feel like even though at that point of time I did feel like I'd had less fun, but I'm having more fun being Armaan Malik right now.
Of course.
So I mean, at that age, you don't have that vision to understand that, okay, I'll have the fun
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah.
But
In that moment, it just feels like I just want to go.
yeah, and I did have lots of fights with my mom. But my mom's, this teacher personality that like, nahi, you have to do this, you will learn this, you will go through this, and I know that it will shape you into the man that I know you will be and
How
you can
right
be.
she is.
I think she just, I feel like more than me, she had a vision of who I could be.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
had that belief. And then obviously she saw me sing and she's like, okay, I know I have to just position him there. बाकी काम वो कर लेगा. उसके हाथ में mic पहुंचाना है.
Yeah.
Then he will do whatever he has to do.
And it's so important that she recognized that because,
Yeah.
very
I mean,
often it goes unrecognized.
For sure. And I'm blessed that I have had parents like my mom and dad who have supported me. There was obviously a phase where we were discussing whether I would like to pursue this professionally as a career because my dad did not see a lot of success in this field.
Yeah.
My mom saw a lot of struggle with him. She's seen, this industry is like you're very high or very low.
Yeah.
You have phases where you get a lot of money. There are phases where you have no money at all. My mom comes from a background where, everyone's a doctor, engineer, lawyer, fixed payment, what you're getting.
Stable career.
You know your expenses, you know your income. There's not much of a risk. You have that comfortable life, family life, whatever it is. I didn't grow up in that atmosphere. There was always uncertainty. When is the next movie project of dad coming? Or can we go for a holiday this or we can't?
Oh, right. So
can I get that cool bottle that my friends have at school?
Yeah. So you felt that pinch early on.
I did. And earning early for Amaal and me was not something that we were like, at that age, we just wanted to play cricket and football.
Yeah.
But we stepped up because I think we were emotionally tuned into what our parents were going through. Right. And at the age of 15 and Amaal at the age of 15 and me at the age of 10, we started working and started earning.
Yeah.
And I mean, to have had parents who have stood like this for us as a foundation. And today, I just feel like it's whatever I've done so far, both brothers, I feel like has been a fight for the parents.
That's so sweet.
Because we've seen their journey, we've seen them really lose a lot. And we were like, no, we have to win for them first. Our winning will come later. We'll do whatever we have to do. But first, let's win for the family. Let's get what is due to us.
Yeah.
And then we'll move forward with our journey.
Which is when my next question is that there will always be a dichotomy when it comes to somebody like you who's so talented that should I continue studying or let me get a kickstart on my career? And
I was a brilliant student.
And you dropped out.
Yes.
So what was your father's reaction with that? Because
my father was very chill.
Yeah.
He was not the education wala
at all. Anyway.
At all. He was like, when I got 94%, he ate a tub of ice cream. Because in our family, no one ever gets 90. He was like, if you had got 49, I would have been happy. But now I'm extremely happy, so I'm just going to have a tub of ice cream. My mom actually comes from this whole, education background where, everyone has to do a degree. Everyone has to have that paying job. She had a hard time, between like, okay, Amaal graduated. I was in the phase where Amaal was doing music, I was singing, and if I didn't make that move of like not doing studies, I don't think I'd be sitting here with you having a chat about my whole life.
Yeah, because you've had that body of work basis the years.
I've sung 300 songs at the age of 27. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
If I had not taken that step, I don't think I would have had a discography. I mean, there's a separate page for my discography on Wikipedia.
That's crazy.
And every time I just go on Google and just type my name, I still do that. I mean, it is an
Armaan
obsession.
Malik,
Yeah, Armaan Malik songs, new songs, total songs, number of songs.
What's
because
going on on the web world?
yeah. I mean, for me, I really feel like it makes me feel energized, powered. I just feel amazing about myself. And I think when you feel amazing about who you are and what you do, that's when you achieve greatness.
Yeah.
That's
I'm now
that's all.
permanently touching wood. Like my foot is touching wood.
I'm saying very touching statements. Sorry, bad joke.
And then how do you deal with the other side, right? Where you see success and you're singing for like Salman Khan and you're getting all this, you're singing for like some of the most prominent movies in Bollywood.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? Like, do you think it ever got to your head?
Never. I don't know why.
Never.
It never has it. You should be telling me that.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
I'm just not
because
saying in your head.
No, in my head, nothing has happened.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I still feel like I'm the same Armaan Malik who started out years back. The best part, I don't know, maybe it's because of the way I've been brought up or how my mom and dad have drilled in me that no matter whatever happens, you cannot have ego.
Yeah.
You just cannot, because today you're there, tomorrow you're here. If you have ego in any of the situations, even when you're down, sometimes people have a lot of ego. No, I'm not going to do this. It's beneath me.
Yeah.
Or when you're there, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm too big for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in any of the situations, I think mom and dad have just drilled in me that, listen, no matter whatever you are, whoever you are, just forget that. Every day is a new day.
Yeah.
You work hard on your craft, most importantly. But yeah, self-respect is very important. Obviously, you don't.
Yeah.
There's a difference. There's a difference between being egoistic and being having self-respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's just they've kept me sane, I would say, and I've kept myself sane because it's very easy at my age, with the success, with the attention that I get, with the popularity that I enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm aware of it. Being unaware of it can also be an issue.
Yeah.
I'm very aware of it.
I'm telling you, some 10, 15 Armaan fan club pages follow me. I'm like, but why? Because I think they follow people who you follow.
Who I follow,
on
yeah.
Instagram.
Spider-Man's uncle, Ben Parker, correct, yeah. Ben Parker says that with great power comes great responsibility. And I think that's the situation when you become successful. When you have a lot of like power, fame, success, how you use it and how you are at that point of time defines you as a person.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's ever gotten to my head. I don't want it to, ever, because I feel like there's a different Armaan Malik for the people. Not saying that I'm a different person altogether. There's a Palti in like public and I'm personally someone else. But I let the Armaan Malik who's known for like the singer-songwriter, doing this, all the amazing stuff that happens. That's a different entity. Back home, I'm the same guy. In my boxer shorts, in my banyan, just chilling at home.
This cutest dog that I see, handsome.
That's me, and I don't want to change that ever. I don't want to not have that normalcy in my life. And my mom's still shouting at me. I want that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It grounds you effectively.
Today also when I shop something very expensive, I have a mental tapli in my head from my mom ki nahi, abhi ye nahi kharidna hai.
After all these years.
And I can. And today I can. Pehle I couldn't.
Yeah.
Now I can. But like it's
still there.
It's just there.
Yeah. And how has your relationship with your brother evolved? Because like you mentioned, you guys have seen some low days, right?
Yes.
Financially or as a family, as a unit.
True.
And then you'll have evolved in your musical careers. He's a composer. What is your relationship like with him? Like, do you all have a little bit of professional relationship when you're like creating music, or at home it's the same? How is it like?
I think he's the Finneas to my Billie Eilish.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you know, but both the siblings work together only.
The Bad Guys song.
Huh? All their songs, all of Billie Eilish's songs.
Yeah, but it's the same artist, because I'm checking facts for me.
Yeah, same artist. So Billie Eilish, obviously, one of the biggest artists in the world. All her songs are written and composed with and by Phineas, who's her real brother.
Okay.
And I think siblings have a very, very close relationship. And if they're in the same field, it can go either way. Either you can be like the biggest enemies,
Yeah.
or you can be one, tight unit, creating something amazing together. And I think that's me and Amaal. Almost all 80 or 90% of all the hit songs that I have are with him. We have this special, I think, magic bestowed on us that whenever we do something, fans love it. It goes on to become massive.
Yeah.
I have a great working relationship with him. We fight a lot. We pull each other's hair. We give lots of galis. Not for this camera, but I'm just letting you guys know. Even on Twitter, he pulls my leg. Recently, he put out a tweet. I think if you can put it out
Yeah.
like
We'll add
like
the grab.
add the grab or whatever. He's actually a sir dard. But I love him too much,
Yeah.
and he loves me too much. And I think the mutual love we have for music, it's almost like I start a sentence and he completes it,
Wow.
or he starts something and I complete it. That's how our relationship is. And I want to be able to make music and do life with him forever.
How sweet.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. And such a sibling thing, right? Like, it's like a with or without you situation. Can't live with or without you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have a sibling?
Yeah, I have two sisters. So we fought our entire life
Yeah.
about like clothes and what
Oh, I
girls talk
still
about.
fight with them.
Yeah.
So it's the craziest thing. I see pictures of him in my clothes, and I'm like, यही ढूंढ रहा था मैं कहाँ पे था ये shirt, and I see it on his Instagram.
And you're like, you're wearing it. Yeah. It's still happening.
We're almost the same size now.
Yeah. Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Maybe it's designed that way.
I like having, even if it is now I buy separate clothes. I'm not buying, because usually what happens is he used to be like, तू जा रहा है ना कहीं पे भी, उसी size के दो ले लेना, मतलब for us.
Yeah.
I was like, नहीं, मेरे को confusion चाहिए ही नहीं.
We'll buy separate.
We'll buy separate
and
clothes.
live happily.
Yeah.
And how do you deal with the other aspect, right? You were talking about so much attention that you get,
Yeah.
the fans.
Yeah.
You mentioned once that a fan sent you a letter written in blood.
I remember getting a picture online.
Online,
Yeah.
There must be a lot of it at all times. Not this particular incident, but just
Yeah.
fanfare. So
Oh,
how
yeah.
do you kind of
Fans come into my house without me knowing. I don't know how that happened, but it
Really?
happened. Yes.
when
This was what, 5 years back.
at home?
Living room. I got out of my bedroom. I'm like, what? Wait, who?
Who
Where?
are you?
What's happening? And then I shouted at my security guards. Like, how did you let anyone come in?
Oh my god!
I mean, it's. I would love to meet a fan and take a picture and
Yeah.
everything, but it can get
like this.
scary.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's happened with me, and I think I've managed it very calmly, because I know that they have come there because they have a lot of love for me as a person, as a musician, and that they have seen the digital me and they want to see the real me, and they want to feel, I don't know what all they want to do. But I mean, to be honest, I respect the love that they have,
Yeah.
which is why whenever I meet any fan, I just, if it is a tricky situation, I try to get myself to safety, which
Yeah,
is
of course.
the most important thing. But yeah, if I can, I grab the phone, I take the selfie with them, and I'm like happy.
In like that space, not in like your personal space.
No,
like
no.
at home.
I love that separation, and I'm that kind of person who's like, I come back home, I just don't want anything to do with like
that world.
that world.
Yeah.
And that's fair enough. I mean, we have so much of that spotlight on us anyway.
At all points.
You
Yeah.
just want silence. You want you want solitude. You want your own space.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And did it get crazier after your first international dropped Control? And you know, you've been now this global icon where you're singing at an arena in Wembley. It's iconic. Has it gotten? What has it been like in terms of not just the fanfare, just the recognition?
I think I pivoted very, very differently, I would say. It was not a traditional path. A lot of Bollywood singers have not a lot of Bollywood singers have done this transition. When you're a Bollywood singer, people expect you to be a Bollywood singer for the rest of your life. I, in the first place, never wanted to be a Bollywood singer.
Yeah.
But I did have to go through that journey, because obviously when you're in India, Bollywood is everything. Film songs are everything. I am Armaan Malik because of Bollywood songs.
Yeah.
But it was not my soul's calling. sometimes you go through a journey and you're like, wait, did I really want to do this?
Or did I kind of just
Did I
meander?
just, yeah, and no, and it was honestly, my dad sat me down at the age of 15 and said, beta, I know you want to sing English pop songs, but इस country में कोई नहीं सुनने वाले ये गाने. He gave me a realistic view.
Yeah.
And I'm like, क्यों है, होंगे ना कोई तो सुनेगा. Like नहीं, at this point, focus on Bollywood music. There may be people who will wake up to this English pop music at some point. Let's wait for that time.
Like the time is on now.
Yeah. He told me, do it. Don't do it now. So I think 7 years went into me building Armaan Malik, the Bollywood playback singer. And then I just put my foot down. I actually cried at home and my parents saw that breakdown happening. I'm like, I'm done with this. I'm tired of singing the same songs, going to the shows. Fans are loving it, but I'm not enjoying it. It's all the songs that made me Armaan Malik, but now I'm like, it's
I'm not even that Armaan Malik in
yeah,
my head.
In my head, it's not me. And then I just took a call that I want to take a break. I went for a trip to New Zealand, cleared my head, came back with a lot of clarity. Went to LA to make my dreams come true, to start songwriting, making songs in English. I thought maybe if I just initiate the process, 1 song, 2 songs, now I have almost 50 demos waiting to explode. But yeah, one thing led to another, and somehow one song got discovered and heard by an industry veteran in the US, and I got offered a deal, and then obviously the rest is history.
But what was that feeling like when you got that call?
Unbelievable. I mean, I've always been very, very secretive about stuff, because I feel like जब बात करते हो तो वो होते नहीं है चीजें. So
don't say it.
Yeah, never say it. And I had to keep this a secret. The signing, the making of English songs a secret for like almost 2.5 years.
Wow.
And when it was almost time to announce everything and do a grand launch, Mr. Pandemic happened. And then we all went into lockdown. But that didn't stop me. I mean, I appeared on Times Square. I was the first Indian to be there.
Wow.
And even though it seemed like, the world was so dark and was so crazy, what was happening at that point in time, my face shone and gave a ray of hope for Indian. I took it very like symbolically as a hope of hope for Indian artists that want to do this. And I still get messages that, they sweetly tell me, Armaan Dada, what you did, with Control, because Control was the first song. Gave me confidence to pick up the guitar, make an English song and put it out. And for me, that was important, because a lot of kids in our country do want to do Western pop music. It does not mean that they don't like Indian music or do not. It's just their soul's calling might be that.
Yeah.
Just like my soul's calling was that. Yeah. Doesn't mean I don't. I mean, I love all the languages that I sing in. Be it Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada. But I just have a natural calling to sing English pop music. I just want to do that.
Yeah.
And the moment you realize that you want to do something that your heart feels, your soul feels, and you see someone else do it. Like I was always waiting कि यार India से कोई कुछ करे, I will get the confidence to do it. Then I realized कि कोई नहीं कर रहा है, मुझे ही करना पड़ेगा.
Let me become
that person. It's not like, oh, I want to become this superstar so everyone can be like following my. It's just, I just wanted to open a door, open a path so that we can all just rush in.
Because you didn't see that person.
I didn't see that path. And I was like, if one step of, and I didn't know it would do anything. I mean, I honestly just released a song in English. But what it did, I don't know if it became the number one song in the world. I know it didn't. That's fine. But it did open a lot of people's, it opened doors for a lot of Indian artists. It also opened the eyes of many people in India that, yes, it is possible.
Yeah, and I can.
If Armaan can do it, we can too.
Yeah.
And that's something I wanted to. And like when fans message me saying that you gave me the confidence to put out an English song, that I've won there. That's my award.
You can't place a price on that. Like when you inspire somebody to for it.
That's it.
Yeah. And you mentioned that you had a breakdown. I'm sure there are moments where you've had these lows.
Many breakdowns.
Yeah, exactly. And mental health as a topic is such a at this point, especially
touchy,
after lockdown.
sensitive.
Yeah. And especially somebody like you who looks so put together, very successful.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah. So what, a lot of youth watch our show. They consume a lot of our content.
Yeah.
What would you like to say about that and how you kind of dealt with it, or what would your advice be to anybody who's going through it?
So I mean, we have a lot of words being thrown around like anxiety, depression, with not a lot of knowledge about it. I would say. So I think there's a lot of dialogue around mental health, but we don't have too many, like we have a lot of professionals as well, but I feel like there's still a gap between the normal public really getting access to knowledge that can help them understand what is mental health about, what are they going through right now.
Right.
I didn't know what anxiety was until last year.
Wow.
I did not know. I have gone through it before. I didn't know what it was. I didn't identify it. But last year I went through a really, really low mental phase, low period, where I was mentally very weak. And I started thinking negative, you know, and for a person who's so positive all the time, I for the first time, I'm like, this is happening to me. I've seen it happen to other people, but me. And that's when I realized that this can happen to anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I did want to seek professional help, but maybe the person that I am, because I do music, which is so spiritual, it kind of like small little activities got me out of that phase, got me out of that place. But I just want to tell all the, you know, the youngsters who are watching this video, that whatever you're going through, I am going through as well. A lot of your favorite celebrities are going through. They just don't share it because none of us like to share the you know, the naked parts of us. Like we don't want to feel vulnerable. On Twitter, I do write about stuff that I go through. If I feel low and I'm you know, very hurt, I voice it. I write it in a tweet, and obviously fans reach out to me saying, "Are you okay?" and stuff like that. I just, if I'm feeling something, I want it out there. I want people to know that, listen, I'm as human as you, and there's nothing wrong with feeling misunderstood. We all are. At some point, you know, we feel like, okay, can I voice stuff that I'm feeling to this other person without being misunderstood? Or will it be too much? या मैं थोड़ा बोलूँ या बाद में थोड़ा और बोलूँ? I feel all of us are very scared, and rightfully so. I mean, because people have never made speaking about mental health normal.
Until now, I think recently there has been a drastic shift.
And it's become a phase where people now are so aware of mental health, what they're going through. But also, I would like people to not loosely use the terms anxiety, depression, because these are clinical terms at the end of the day, and we must respect people who are actually. We don't want to call a low day anxiety or depression.
Yeah.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You need to see a pattern. You need to make sure that you find out what that person's going through on a daily basis.
Or you've been diagnosed.
Or you've been diagnosed by a health professional.
Yeah.
So I feel like there are a lot of people who are giving right mental health guidance, but there are also people misguiding people in the garb of mental health.
Yeah.
So that differentiation, I think we should be more
aware of.
That's it. But I just want people to know that, listen, if you're feeling low, there is no problem in feeling low. I feel low all the time. I feel very unsure of myself, even though I'm such a positive person and a happy being. I'm like, wherever I go, I'm like always thinking the best things are going to happen for me, but they don't. I'm replaced from lots of songs. Even after singing them really well, after being replaced, I feel, oh, am I a bad singer?
Yeah. The doubt creeps in.
Yeah. Then I go through all of those phases. So if you're going through that phase, please know you're not alone.
And you've had obviously so many milestones, you know, keeping these lows aside, and you've bounced back always.
Yeah.
What is the milestone that's most special?
I definitely have to say when I won the MTV European Music Award.
Yeah. Was that a big moment?
Massive moment for me, even though it was during lockdown. But just getting that meant that I'm on the right journey. My efforts are being recognized on an international platform, and that, you know, I'm on the right path. I think it just gave me. You don't need to seek validation from, say, an award or an achievement, but I would say it just gave me so much confidence because, I mean, look at. There's no track record of a playback singer switching gears, doing English music, becoming successful. It's not happened in our country.
It's creating history.
Yeah, and you do feel scared at times because there are a lot of people saying कि यार इतना successful career आप छोड़ के कुछ नया try करो, अगर if you flop in that, how people talk, you know, आप
He failed.
ये fail कर दोगे तो फिर यहाँ पे आना मुश्किल हो जाएगा, फिर आप कहीं के नहीं रहोगे.
No man's land.
Yeah, and I'm like, no man, that's not how I want to think about it. And I feel like, you know, everyone thought that I'll release one song, 2 songs, and then be like, "Arey, this journey is not going anywhere." So I think that award just made me feel like, yes, this journey is going somewhere.
And people are having it, like they're seeing it, and
yes, and they're watching the growth real time. They're seeing the journey real time. It just gave me more confidence than I already had. I was not going to stop there, even if I didn't get the award.
Yeah.
I mean, that is not a barometer. कि यार okay award मिलेगा तो ही मैं आगे जाऊँगा. But yeah, it did mean a lot to me, and it I feel propelled me further.
And who do you look up to as in your industry, or you know, a space where okay, like I want to be like this person, kind of like maybe someday? Or
I used to look up to a lot of people growing up. Now I just want to look up to being a better version of me.
Yeah.
Or look up to being more me than I ever was.
Get closer to you.
Get closer to me. I just want to be me. I think all of us are on this journey to find ourselves, to be ourselves. Through this process, we're learning, unlearning. But I feel like each day passing, I'm becoming more Armaan Malik than ever before.
And that's where you.
And yeah, I mean, I don't want to look up to anyone else. If this is my journey, I want to be me. I don't want to be anyone else.
That's amazing.
Yes, I did look up to a lot of singers while growing up. I had Sonu Nigam as an inspiration. Very recently, Arijit Singh. You know, these are the singers that have really, really inspired me and inspired my craft, I would say. But I don't want to be them. I just want to be me.
Yeah, it's from the outside, but internally it's with you.
Yeah, and like, you know, a lot of people ask, you know, do you look up to this? How do you want to be like this person? I mean, why would people want to follow you or follow your music if you are like another person?
Yeah, they follow you for you.
I mean, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So I look up to the future me. That's it.
And how do you kind of balance your other life, right? Like on a personal front, how do you balance your relationships? There's so much happening in your work, like it's consuming now, especially that everything that's happened in the past 2-3 years. So how do you kind of find that balance?
Like I said, you know, I always want to have a very clear boundary between professional and personal. And I love I work very hard to create that balance.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
And devoting time to yourself, devoting time to your work, devoting time to your loved ones, it's very hard. And trust me, if you're 18, 19, 20 and you're watching this, I want to be 18, 19, 20 all over again.
The balance just happens automatically.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
I mean, I always used to look at my brother and feel like, okay, I also want to grow up. I also want to move out. I also want my own house. I also want to do all these things. But then now I'm like, no, listen, I want to go back to 18 and I just want to enjoy all over again.
Yeah.
This is getting too real for me.
It's too adult.
It's too adult for me.
Yeah.
But I think there is an age that you accept that, okay, this is a step that we're taking. And I'm coming more into my own. I am becoming an adult as much as I probably don't like it. But like, I'm sure you have felt the same way in your own life.
I don't have like a lot of balance.
None of us have.
Yeah.
We are all trying.
But I've said this, you know, that I don't feel guilty anymore because like if I'm editing at like 2 in the morning, I'm actually happy. So why should I force myself being like, no work-life balance, you shouldn't be, because I'm just so like in my zone. I like working at odd hours.
There's
whatever.
nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? My brother has a great balance, but it's completely polar opposite to me. He sleeps at 6, 7 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Just like a lot of other creators do. Rahman sir also, I think, is a night owl. He works in the night. So does my brother. And he, obviously, evening is when he starts working. Workout, late afternoon. Has time with his friends, personal life, everything. And then works till 7 in the morning.
That's crazy.
That's not me. That's just not me. I am the one who will go to sleep by around 12, 12-ish, 12, 1-ish, and wake up by 8, 9, go to the gym, come back, shower.
Type A. We are type A.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do my riyaz, go do my recording, and then once I'm done, either I go, play tennis or go hang with friends. So I mean, I have that. I think that's what people call a normal day, I guess.
Yeah.
My brother's completely different,
Yeah.
but it works for him. He's healthy.
Yeah.
He's become healthier. Obviously, he was not healthy, but with that lifestyle. But now he's found his peace in that, in those hours of the night where everyone else is sleeping. And I don't want to disrupt him because he's creating some amazing songs in those hours.
You please do it.
Yes, please do it.
I'm going to ask you my favorite question that I ask everybody. What's your take on love?
What's my take on love? I love love.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why I sing love songs.
Yeah, exactly. Keeping that in mind, like you sing love songs, all of those things are happening, very romantic, very like. So what like how does it percolate into your personal life?
I definitely feel like a lot of my new music or recent music has been inspired by the love I have in my life, and I feel like it makes you a better person, firstly, and I feel like as a musician, especially as a musician, it gives more meaning to the words you're singing.
Yeah, because you're writing about love. It's
Yeah, I mean, for the longest time, I was singing about love without actually knowing what love is.
Anything that's changed now?
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing. We're going to go into the next segment, which is things about you that we can't find on Google.
Okay.
Which is very few things. Can I just tell you?
There's everything about me.
Yeah,
on
like
Google.
it's like there's so much information, but we narrowed it down.
Yeah.
Okay. Your favorite musician?
My favorite musician, Indian or Western? Okay. Sonu Nigam and I think Charlie Puth or Zed in the West. Is it right?
It's not there. So now we'll add it.
Okay.
Yeah, is it right? Your guilty pleasure?
Oh, you mean questions that are asked about me?
No, that we are asking you.
Oh, asking
that
me. I've got this all wrong. Sorry,
so
let
we
me
take
just
it again.
rewind.
Yeah. Okay, so basically we couldn't find this on Google.
Okay, you
We've
couldn't
done
find
Google
this.
searches,
Okay.
and these are the answers that aren't there.
Okay, cool. Chalo, let's take it then.
Okay, we'll take it again.
Yeah, no, we'll take it again for the camera.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Matlab not cut and...
No.
Let them see all this.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Take it.
Your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure. Can you define guilty pleasure for me? Like
it's it's not good for you, but you do it. Like eat it.
Eating lots of chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate.
I have a crazy sweet tooth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Especially at 1 o'clock in the night.
Those pangs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take that bar of silk.
Yum.
And just go to bed happy.
Your favorite actor to sing for?
Not yet happened.
Really?
Ranbir Kapoor.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I really want to sing for him.
I'm sure it'll happen.
I hope. And Shah Rukh Khan too. I'm known as Prince of Romance.
Yeah.
Lovingly by my fans. I have to sing for the King of Romance.
We'll manifest it. We're manifesting it now.
Shah Rukh, sir, if you're seeing this, please. I want to sing for your next
If
movie.
he is seeing this, please. I've just died and gone to heaven. An album movie you had the most fun working on?
MS Dhoni, The Untold Story.
Wow. Yeah. Great one.
Great. Historic album.
Yeah. What do you like to do in your free time?
Play tennis or eat lots of junk food.
The weirdest rumor you've heard about yourself?
That have a lot of attitude.
Yeah, that's not true.
Yeah,
At all.
I know it's not true.
Yeah. A superstition you follow?
I have a lot of stage superstitions.
Oh, really?
When I'm on stage.
So what do you do?
I have a prayer before I go on stage. I have to kiss the footsteps of the stage that I'm climbing on, the stairs. When I'm on stage, my lyric stand has to be on the left. My guitar has to be on the right.
Always?
Always. It cannot change. If it's interchanged, then
it's not.
My mind is gone.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it has to be like that.
A song of yours you dedicate to someone you love?
I think You.
You. Okay. Amazing. Now we're going to show you some photos and you have to tell us what was happening in the background. Like what was the context of the image?
This, I think we were at Sentosa Island, if I'm not wrong,
Oh yeah.
in Singapore.
Such a cute photo.
Yeah, it's very cute. It's near a water fountain. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
This is at my album launch. Salman bhai came to launch my album in 2014. It was
Wow.
my it was a self-titled album, Armaan, and yeah, that's a picture from the album launch day.
How did you feel when he came?
Unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually, when we went to meet him, both Amaal and I, we just wanted to play our album for him. He samne se said, "I'm going to come and launch this."
Wow.
I mean,
that's
we
so
just
sweet.
wanted him to listen to it, probably share it. I guess at that time, Twitter was very new,
Yeah.
Insta was very new. So we just wanted him to share it and just like support it in whatever way. He went ahead and said, "I'll come for the album launch."
So sweet.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
it just changed
unreal,
it.
yeah.
And then he went on to remove one of the songs from the album
Huh.
and put it in Jai Ho, his movie.
wow.
That gave me my Bollywood
Debut.
debut as an adult playback singer. So
The universe was listening clearly.
it's crazy. Oh my God. This is epic,
Iconic.
iconic,
How was it?
unbelievable. This was on 5th of August in Copenhagen. He was performing there, and I went backstage to meet him, and I had bought tickets to go.
Yeah.
And then when I went to meet him, he's like, "No, now you have to sit in the VIP box." But I was like, "No, I want to enjoy as a fan. Like in the pit out there." Unreal. What a person. What an like that. Ed Sheeran is, I would say, a testament to the fact that, you know, like humble. You know, when you say artists are humble,
Yeah.
he's just so humble. And Ed Sheeran, he's the biggest artist in the world.
Wow. Yeah. Like.
He's the only artist to do the amount of stadium shows that he has done.
Yeah.
And he and I had a chat about the song that we did together, Two Step. And there are a bunch of remixes of that song with different artists around the world. And he was like, yours is my favorite. Like, you've nailed it. And for me to hear that from Ed Sheeran himself was like, I said, वहाँ पे money man. I was like, मुझे मेरा Grammy Award मिल गया.
Yeah. It's okay if I don't actually get it.
Ed Sheeran said that about me and
Yeah.
my voice and what I've done. That's enough for me. And then he went on to ask me what food have I eaten in Copenhagen and stuff like that.
How
So
sweet.
I mean, just like having a conversation.
Like
And
friends.
I always thought like, okay, maybe we'll just go, we'll take a picture, he'll talk about the song we did, and then I'll be escorted.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you think. Because that's what happens with fans and us as
Yeah.
well, and like other artists also who want to meet me. We meet for a bit and then, I mean, we don't know what else to converse about.
Yeah.
But he actually asked me, which restaurants have you been to in Copenhagen?
Wow.
And like, you have to go to that place. And I'm coming to Mumbai in 2024. I hope he does.
Yeah.
And
Please take me also to meet him.
100%. And we're gonna hang there. We're
Wow.
gonna jam there. And then I was like, listen, is this a dream?
It's a dream. It's surreal.
It's crazy. And to have a song with him so early on in my international career is just unbelievable.
Unbelievable. So we've come to like the end, and
Okay.
we always wonder, what do we ask as last thoughts? But
Yeah.
I feel like the best thing to ask you is, what advice would you give people who are, in between phases or thinking like they may not,
They may not.
they may not, I may not make it, or I'm not
Yeah.
good enough.
Yeah.
The doubts, and you've overcome those doubts when
Yeah.
you've had them. You've had lows,
Yeah.
but you've had highs.
Correct.
What advice would you give people?
Having gone through it and experienced it myself, I feel like just when everything is about to go kaput, or like everything is, if I can use the word, going to shit,
Yeah.
that's literally when everything is working out for you. And literally you're on the anvil of something amazing, something massive. So never lose hope. Even if it doesn't happen, right now I'm giving you hope. Maybe you might be thinking, "Arey yaar, aise hi bol raha hai." Lekin that's not the case. Trust me, there have been times where I have wanted something so badly and it's never happened. Hote nahi hota. And then last minute something magical happens that you will never expect. And that changes your life forever. So never stop believing, never stop hoping. Have patience. I know it's very, very tough to have patience. But just when things are crazy and like you're like, I think my life is, messed up right now, that's when all the magical stuff happens. So just hang in there. That's a very, very small, tiny space. You're going to feel claustrophobic. You're going to feel like you're stuck in a cliff and both the sides are clobbering you. But that's where success is at. You have to be at that space. You have to be in that tight space. You have to feel uncomfortable. That's where greatness is at.
Wow.
Simple.
Inspired me. Thank you so much for doing this. It's been
Thank
5 years. It can't be 5 years till our next one.
No, we have to do one sooner.
Yeah, we'll do one
For
sooner.
sure.
And everything that you put out, I hope it manifests for you
I
because you
hope so,
really
too.
deserve it.
There's no hope. It has to.
It
It's
has
going to.
Yeah, there's no other way.
No.
There's no other
That's
way.
not how you manifest.
Yeah, a lesson in manifesting 101. This is how it's done. Thank you so much,
Thank
Armaan.
you.
If you like this episode, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon. Thank you all for being the best community, and I'll see you soon.